Hello everybody, today's topic is differences between INTJ and ENTJ. As you know, the temperament functions, INTJ and ENTJ has the same uh, temperament functions, four of them, NI, SE, FI, and TE. So the first and seconds and the third and fourth are different. The sequences are different, but they have same functions, but it's just different sequence. But however, I always have this impression that why we act differently, why we think differently. It's very strange, and at times it's really difficult to talk to ENTJ. Why, you know, sometimes I have some ENTJ in me, but they still are very different persons. Now, what are the differences here? The differences is that they want material so much, they want resources so much, they want status power so much, and they always hunt people down. I don't know why they do it, but they just do it. I don't do that. I don't create conflicts in people, but they do. They are absolutely comfortable in doing that. Comfortable. They um, conflicts is not a real issue for them. Power or status is a real issue. They want resources. They are recognitions oriented. They want recognition from people. If compared to INTJ type 5, like me, I'm a minimalist. I can survive with minimal of everything. And sometimes I don't even realize I need something until I really lack of it. That's something I'm still struggling with much better these days, but I think I have this feeling that there are a lot of things that I need to do that I don't realize. For example, I didn't realize that I need acceptance so much from people, or I don't need the love so much from people. In fact, love are very strange for me. How what is considered as love? Um, but I need it as a human being. I need acceptance. I need interaction. I thought I do not need interaction much, but actually I need. It's like I am a minimalist in this kind of everything is minimal is okay. This kind of behavior or I don't know. This like it comes naturally to me. It's good, and but at the same time, it's not good at all because I don't realize what I need. I need resources, but I only have minimum resources, and I need to build that up. I only build it when I need it. So it's good in a way that I can find a lot of new ways to overcome that. I'm quick in that because I always have lesser resources. So I always use lesser resources to do the most thing. But actually, we need to learn to have more resources to do the last thing. I think I need to change my direction these days, and I need to look for more resources. But I always get distracted by my jobs or a lot of analysis and research. Uh, I've read some materials online. They say that my weakness is I analyze too much, even though some knowledge which are not important, I will analyze that. That's true. I spend too much time like a P, like a perceiver, like just perceive information or just like that. Intellectual is important for me, and I analyze too much on every single thing. It's not healthy. Whereas ENTJ gain more because they are action oriented, they are power oriented, they are goal oriented compared to INTJ. That's why you see a lot of successful people are ENTJ if compared to the population. Yes, ENTJ have more populations, but I think if you, I'm not too sure about the research, but I think if you research, I have this impressions that ENTJ ratio towards successful and INTJ, the ratio between INTJ and the successful rate, I think it would be ENTJ would be higher because they are goal oriented in a way. INTJ can have a lot of research. They are maybe good in research, but when you come to outcome because they want more and more and more of the results. INTJ more and more and more on the understanding. Maybe they are good in one project, or maybe a lot of project, but that's it. It's not gonna gear towards the resources much or power. In fact, they will talk more about how to lessen it. It's good because we know that what to cut. Things are like there are two sides. Like INTJ will know what to cut, what is needed at some point because we are minimalist. We can see that easily. But it's not good because when we need something like status or power resources, always clueless recognitions. Not as sharp as ENTJ, definitely. That's why it's becoming more introverted. This one become more extroverted. They want to gain instant recognition at times. Very extreme in the opposite two sides. Appearance aware, have no needs, low appearance needs. One tangible result, fulfilling the status needs, yes. Everything tangible. But INTJ gearing towards M even more, like the IN and J becomes more and more on the theory side, and especially the type 5, it's even more. Uh, so need lesser immediate responses, yeah, because we are like so caught up in this more and more theory part and intellectual, and no result is okay, more and more and more intellectual, and have the small needs and more theory. So it's not so good. That's why I need to do constant effort in reminding myself what are the results that I want instead of like going more and more knowledge on certain things to do one thing. This day it's really hard for me because it's not my nature, but it's not doing anything good if I persist like that. So these days I am more result oriented. I ask myself, is this knowledge gonna help with my final projects or my final results? If it's no, then I will skip it. I will like focus more on other resources or other information that seems like gonna like help my final project results. Uh, it helps me to focus, but at the same time, I always tends to being attracted to a lot of different information. It's very distractive. I have a part of me like a P wants to absorb more information, more knowledge is never enough for me, and therefore I have problems in producing results at times because everything is related. Everything seems like important, good at the same time and bad at the same time. So these days I use more of my body. I mix with people more. It's I definitely do a lot of things against my nature. It's really hard actually when I train myself, especially when this is a lonely path. So for ENTJ, yeah, they're more successful definitely. Well, it depends on the individual as well. But they want immediate responses, they react too much, they use body. If you analyze from the enneagram part, they always want the body, gut. I hate it so much because I always filter before I say. They don't filter at all. And extrovert, they think when they think. I'm sorry. They speak when they think. It means that speaking is the thinking process. We think silently. They think out loudly. So many differences actually. It's really amazing to see that even though we have same functions because of the sequences, because of the other factors like enneagram preferences, like they are body oriented people, and also like extrovert, introvert, and the enneagram, the desire, and it's so different. I always think that we are friends. I am biased. I have this theory part. I thought it's like that, but in real world it's not like that. TJ, you want to be friend with them, alright. There are so many things, so many lists that you need to fulfill. That's so difficult for me because for me, I think everybody are equal. Like we can respect each other. You do not need to fulfill certain lists unless you are a totally asshole. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So that's why I have more problems compared to ENTJ when it comes to interactions with people, because people want to see this thing and I don't have this. So they have less barrier compared to INTJ when it comes to human interactions, because they have those things to show people. There are a lot of least things that need to fulfill. They have absolutely no problem in doing those things. That's it for today. So to recap, INTJ and ENTJ are very different human beings, even though they have same functions. Just the sequences are just differently. From the enneagram point of view, it's totally different persons. People, ENTJ are gearing towards power, body oriented, status, power, resources, recognitions oriented. INTJ doesn't. It's the opposite. INTJ can survive even none of it. No power, no status is okay. Kind of like that. INTJ sticks more on principles, public needs not so much, but ENTJ absolutely public images oriented, because that means that they have more status. They have low needs, low appearance needs as well, but this one a very high appearance needs, so everything wants to be big. INTJ want to be small because I'm minimalist. ENTJ want everything to do with big, more, to show that, to show their power, to show their status, to show their resources. They want everything big, everything large, everything the most biggest setting. So it's totally different if you see it from that way. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.